Hey guys, so this is our final project finally. We have come a long way, done a lot of things. So we're just gonna talk about all the stuff that we have integrated in the final project itself. Um, let's start with the levels first. So we have just a regular level, uh, another level with the first two levels of Angry Bird. That was the milestone project. And then we have set up our Ferris wheel level on there as well. So let's start with some of the classes that we're using on there. So first of all, we are using Audio Manager to mostly use our audio on there for hits, destruction, music, and altogether everything. We're using turning off and on the music. We're doing winning audio and a lot of things. Other than that, we have collision, which we're using contact action. As we know, we're doing connection between the objects for the birds, the blocks, pigs, and everything all together. We're gonna go through contact action first of all. It's the real quick. The red bird, it does nothing special. We're just making a squawk noise whenever it hit or collides. That's our yellow. We're adding a punch damage to the wooden blocks only for this one on here. Everything else is similar as a red bird. We're just turning off the skill so that it's not able to use the skill after it's hit. Big red bird, which is knock damage. We are differentiating the knock damage depending on what kind of block is it. And for our blackbird, we are creating some destruction, and pretty much everything is similar for all the other birds as well. We are setting things for bluebird. We are adding extra damage to the glass blocks whenever you hit the glass blocks. White bird is pretty much the same as red without the skills though right now. And then our green bird. So then that's our pig, hitting pig and stone and pig and blocks and everything. So that's most of the contact action. Let's go through our, so this is our fixture. I'm using mix of both depending on how we're using the fixture for. If it's a multiple fixture, then I'm not using this, but if it's single, that's most of them except the Ferris wheel, then we're using this fixture class. Other than that, we have our birds. These are all our birds. Skills are specified in the update function of each bird. So if you go through the update function, whatever bird is active will be able to use the skill for that. Same thing for green bird. If you can go through the update, you will see the, there you go. And then we have blocks. We have regular block, we have glass block. there are a couple of blocks they're still sitting, but we're not using. There's stone blocks and wooden platforms. Platforms is basically just for the below ground that we have on each level. Explosion is the object that we're using to go to for the set. It's more of a sensor. So we're setting up a sensor inside here. Then there are like two types of pig that we have here. All the blocks and everything, depending on the damage and the hit, we're changing the sprites. And whenever we add the damage, and also the sprite function is set to, if the sprite is not already this one, then it will change it, or else it will keep it same, so it's not overriding it. Whenever it's about to destroy, we are creating this effect, that like destruction effect, and we are adding the sound for that, and then we are marking it for delete. Same thing for each and every block. So that's most of our blocks. That's explosion. That's same thing with the pigs. That's our slingshot. We're just creating a simple slingshot functionality. It's nothing fancy on here. Then these are our towers that we are using. This is the tower I've used with the Ferris wheel project. This is the tower for the first level. It's just simply creating all the fixtures and body definitions. B2D object is our class that we're using to manage our contexts, where we're actually going through collide and everything. So we are using collide and we are implementing this collision in the end. Game object 2D are the base classes. Then we have keyboard, where we are using most of the stuff. That is our bird input class, which is helping us in resetting a level, resetting a bird itself, and we can change the levels from this one. We can reset the camera. And it's a level manager, which is managing all the levels and everything. Camera move is the one that I'm using to move the camera itself. Our level manager holds a lot of stuff with the number of birds. I'm using 3 birds in each level for now. So you can set number of birds, number of pigs. You can reset a bird. And then regarding the cam position, like setting initial position, initial look at position, like debugs. And that's a recycle pool where all particle effects are kept for each bird, each destruction stone. And these are our base classes, which are managing everything for us. And then there's the timer events, mostly for events and everything. Alright, let's start with a real quick tutorial. So let's start with this, and we are gonna keep the sound off for this one. So let's turn the sound off, and there you go. And that's our birds. and that's the way camera moving. If you just reset it, it will just reset everything. And that's our boomerang boy. And you just reset that. Alright. You can just reset a level just pressing R. Sorry, it's a T. R is for resetting the board, T is for resetting the level since the home button was not working with the zoom key. You can use 1, 2, 3, and we have D for debug. So if you press D, you will see all the debug objects. That's our second level. So we have our yellow bird in there, and as you can see, the sprite changes itself. That's our explosion, and just right click and it will create the explosion effect. And let's just reset the level again using T, and just do a click here. So this destroys the block. Let's just leave this with it and use this one. This has a knock damage on there. There we go. So as you can see, the hit changes the sprite and everything, and it also create a particle effect on the hit itself. So it gives us a pretty much really good feel on this one. This one is a really weak I created. So it's as soon as the bird move out of half the location itself, like half the camera width, it would automatically start, the camera will automatically start moving. And there you go. That is our third. As you can see, the sprite's changing on the birds itself. Oh, right. We cannot reset the bird because it's already lost. So we just restart it over. So now you can see and hear the voice. Every time it will create a hit. There we go. And let's just press. It will just need some minor tweaks for setting the camera back on the location, but there is pretty much most of the stuff on there that we have created. I haven't implemented the white and blue bird functionalities, but we have done the damages and the effects for that. Let me just really quick create a bluebird out for one of the levels. So we'll go with the second level. Here we go. guess this is probably the first one. Word. Which level? Oh, that's the third level. Okay. Let's go to third level. And you can see the effects for the blue bird as well. And the last one is the white bird. There you go. Alright, that's most of our birds. That's our slingshot, which is working perfectly fine as well. I was trying to work on one of the games that we try to work on assignments. I was trying to modify it, but due to my lack of creativity, I wasn't able to do much on there. But that's for the Angry Bird right now.